MK Party has revealed that hey, some very I don't know whether I should call it good news or what, but yeah, it sounds as if these are good news. It sounds like MK Party, they have a very, 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 very deep strategy. Serious one, by the way. They are very serious about taking power and ruling this country. Today, basically, they have announced that they will be voting with look now, so when you go into the ballot paper, you are no longer going to find ATM. They will be voting together with ATM in one thing. So a vote to ATM is a vote to MK Party. Wow, wow. I feel like that is a very interesting move, by the way, by EMK Party, in answering the issues of whether or not they are joining the GNU. They told they told abafikile Mbalulu ukuthi hayi yabona guys thina sizingeni lezo sokuthi nina nifuna thina we must go in there and scare the DA. Don't involve us there. We are not part and parcel of that. We will not form we will not form part and parcel of any scare tactics to the DA. Just remove us out of that.
Power. We know that as Mkhonto Wesizwe will represent majority of the people of South Africa. We are not desperate to enter into power through the ANC coalition or arrangements. We can take power single-handedly as an organization. We have got the necessary capacity to take power by ourselves. That is why less than 6 months into existence, Mkhonto Wesizwe could get upward of 14% of the vote in South Africa and have an outright majority in the province of KwaZulu-Natal in terms of the votes that were announced by the IEC, not in terms of the true reflection of the outcomes which we are still contesting now. So the ANC has written to us. We have responded to say that we do not want to enter into domestic affairs of the so-called government of national unity. Let them deal with their issues. We have got the relevant platforms as MK where we're going to articulate our position.
Quite interesting one, by the way. So yeah, but I must say, there has been letters here from MK Party talking about happy birthday to Jacob Zuma, who today is turning 83 years of life. 83 years of life, right? So in celebration of Jacob Zuma's birthday, they've done a lot of things, and that's why today we are seeing them doing the things that they are doing up there. Now, let me give you Floyd Chivambo, where he made this beautiful announcement that it's a very important announcement, if I may say. The fact that ATM and MK Party one and the same thing. You shall be remembered that the political party Bongan Baloi has joined MK Party too. So you've got that political party joining MK Party. You've got ATM joining MK Party, merging and becoming one. Hey, this progressive forces, Don. It is working. I'm telling you, it is working. MK Party, these people are dominating this political space. They are dominating this political space like, yo. But let me not waste your time. Let me make you listen to Floyd Chivambo announcing that here.
The ATM, which is our strategic ally. So if you want to know what is the relationship between the MK and ATM, you must just understand the simple fact that when the ballot is printed in 2026 and 2029, ourselves, Mkhonto Wesizwe, and all members and supporters of ATM, so vota ndawonye. That is the strategic alliance and unification of all the progressive forces that we're taking. But most importantly, comrades, want to greet and acknowledge the ground forces of Mkhonto Wesizwe, who are the lifeblood of this organization. We are not going to have an organization without active ground forces that do work of the movement, and want to greet the people of South Africa who have joined us through different models and modes to interact with us. I want to specifically acknowledge Professor Sipho Siepe, who is going to speak today here as part of countering the narrative around President Jacob Zuma. Comrades, in all provinces today, the 12th of April, which is the birth date of President Jacob Zuma, we have got programs and different speakers and activities that are beginning to speak about the life and times, the revolutionary contributions of President Jacob Zuma. For many years, as a revolutionary, as a freedom fighter, even as a head of state and government, there have been so many reactionary and counter narratives that wanted to portray President Zuma as incapable, as not knowing what he is doing. And the reason why such was sustained over a long period of time is because President Zuma has never been a project of the white capitalist minority system. There is not a single handler under apartheid, post-apartheid, even when President Zuma was in prison. There is not a single handler who can say that they handled President Zuma and they told them or told him what to do. So all provinces are countering the narrative that seeks to denigrate, that seeks to erode the contribution of President Zuma in the struggles against apartheid colonialism and in the struggle for total emancipation. Comrades, some of us, just in the recent past, are very fortunate to work very closely with President Zuma. Although there is history which we can talk about elsewhere, but one thing that we can confirm, 5 features that define President Zuma, is that one, he is a humble servant of the people. And that is what makes him great. There is no one who can ever rise to greatness unless they are humble. President Zuma is the most humble of leaders. And you see on how he interacts with everyone. Wherever he is, he talks with everyone irrespective of social standing, irrespective of age, irrespective of class, irrespective of religious affiliation, irrespective of whether that person has got money or not. President Zuma listens to each and every person that speaks to him with maximum respect. That is a demonstration of humility of President Zuma. Number 2 is that President Zuma is highly knowledgeable. You know, President Zuma is one of the most knowledgeable political leaders. There are so many people who have gone to schools and received certificates.
Having listened to Floyd Chivambo, I will need you to tell me your thought and your opinion about what Floyd Chivambo has got to say or has said. The video that you just listened now. I will need you to tell me your thought and your opinion about Floyd Chivambo. The fact that you've got Floyd Chivambo there, and then you have the how can I call it? Then you have the the MK party nje. See, look, it looks like it's a well oiled machine, organized, and they stick to what their mission. It looks like these people are working behind the scenes. It looks like these people are working 24 hours a day to make sure. I will not be shocked to hear that they announce another maybe political party that joins MK party. It also confirms what Julius Malema once said when he said that they wanted them to close shops so they can all go and join MK party and become one thing. Do you still remember the words aga lomchitalo Julius Malema? Do you still remember those words? So EMK party, not only are they capturing political parties, they are also capturing unions. Hey, and they are also capturing churches. You know, even EFF in its formation, it has never done what MK party is doing. Never. I don't care how you think about it. It shows that you are dealing with people who understands that for you to rule South Africa, for you to be a political party that governs South Africa, you need to know what it takes to get there. You need to know that for you to get there, you must either win by outright majority as an independent political party, or you must have all these other political party working for you to assist you. And I'm saying this because when you listen to what is happening in the ANC and you're looking at what MK party is doing, it's a complete contrast. And if you want me to unpack why I'm saying it's a complete contrast, I will do so after you watched this video from MK Party here.
On behalf of majority of voters in the people and the Republic of South Africa, because Mkhonto Sizwe represents majority of people and majority of voters in South Africa. We will, of course, illustrate that with the process that we're engaged in the courts of law, but also we're going to decisively illustrate that Mkhonto Sizwe represents majority of the people in South Africa when we go to the 2026 local government elections and the 2029 general elections, where Mkhonto Sizwe is going to record a decisive victory. We want to greet the ex-combatants, military veterans of Mkhonto Sizwe, the Liberation Army, of the forces that come from APLA, and all the military veterans from all the fighting forces that fought for total freedom and emancipation. We want to greet the leadership of Mkhonto Sizwe Women's League, which in terms of the program that was adopted by the National High Command is supposed to launch in August 2025. It's led here by the National Coordinator Lindiwe Mchali. Mkhonto Sizwe Youth League is currently holding a program in KwaMashu in eThekwini. The leadership, majority of them are there, but we've got the leadership of the province here with us. Mkhonto Sizwe Students Movement, which is the fastest growing student movement in South Africa today, and winning majority of the students' representative councils that are taking place. Want to greet the leadership of Manda Ashu Workers Union of South Africa. So MAUSA is a union that organizes workers, mostly those who work in the expanded public works program, the EPWP. So if you are a worker in EPWP, even if that job was given to you by councillors of other parties, you must know that there is the largest union that represents workers in EPWP, and it's called Mausa. It's associated with Mkhonto Wesizwe. We also want to acknowledge Mkhonto Wesizwe people with disabilities. So Mkhonto Wesizwe National High Command, as part of building Mkhonto Wesizwe as a revolutionary movement, we have decided and resolved to constitute a desk that is going to have presence at ward level, at sub-regional level, regional level, provincial level, and have independent national leadership to specifically look on issues of people with disabilities. So we have a structure of people with disabilities. We also want to acknowledge the leadership of the Progressive Civics Congress, PCC. So PCC is not a political party, it's a civic organization. It's a civic organization that must be bigger than SANCO. You must take note, leadership of PCC, that was saying it must be bigger than SANCO. PCC must exist in each and every village, in each and every township, in each and every informal settlement. And it must deal with civic issues. PCC must not be associated with wrong elements in Mkhonto Wesizwe. It must be a civic organization that deal with issues of the communities. We also want to acknowledge all the leadership structures of Mkhonto Wesizwe, members of parliament in the National Assembly, as Comrade Des and the Chief Whip are here, but also the leadership that is deployed in the provincial legislature here in the Gauteng province. And we want to greet the many councillors that continue to grow of Mkhonto Wesizwe, that before we even participate in local government and government elections, every time there's a Wednesday of by-elections, you are quite assured and guaranteed that...
Okay, so if you want to rule South Africa, it has become clear and evident that you need all these smallanyana political parties to support or to rally behind you. Like ANC, it has got all the alliance, your SACP, you know what I'm saying? There are these alliance, abo sub to those unions are alliance of the ANC. So when Jacob Zuma broke away from the ANC to start MK Party, he's doing exactly how the ANC captured power by creating alliance with specific partners here. You understand? The strategic partners. That's what they call it, strategic partners. You understand? They captured. They are gathering all the other political parties into MK Party, but from there they then go on to capture now the unions, which has people. They have churches. You know what I'm saying? So, in all angles, in all perspectives, in all spheres of life, they make sure that they are represented. So when you go to church, they are represented. To other political parties, they are represented. To unions, they are represented. To traditional leaders, they are represented. Traditional healers, they are represented. So they are trying by all means to have their footprint in every significant organization that exists in South Africa. And that, for me, it looks like a real threat. Believe you me, whether you like that or you don't, That for me, it looks like a real threat. I'm telling you, it looks like a real threat. Because if you want to understand the history of the ANC, how the ANC got into the power that it has today, it needed to consolidate power by bringing all these different stakeholders together. You understand? But what was the downfall of the ANC, or why the ANC plummeted in the previous elections? It is because they forgot who they are. The moment ANC forgot who they are, they plummeted in their they plummeted in their approach in the approach on the previous elections, and look at the result, right? So it then there's been so many of this incident that were very much clear to say, ANC has got to be careful in how they are moving. ANC has got to be careful in how they are approaching situations. But ANC did not listen. And then they got punished in 2024. And after being punished in 2024, now they want to go back to the original ANC. However, their alliance, their alliance does not trust them anymore. And that's the problem. They've betrayed trust. So it's going to be difficult for them to go back. They will try, but it's going to be difficult. If they had to do that, they will need to remove Ramaphosa from power. Then if they can remove Ramaphosa, I think they stand a chance of rebuilding the ANC outside of Ramaphosa, because Ramaphosa now is looking to secure himself. He doesn't care much about the organization. He cares about his future now. He doesn't want to go to prison, so he's looking to secure himself. Most of his movements now are more or less about securing himself.